Good afternoon. Welcome to Special Report for Friday, July the 17th. And we are here today with Alex Parr and myself. We're just waiting for Doug Ford. Today at the announcement, that'll be Vic Fedeli. He's the Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade. And also our local MPP, Ross Mann, will be there as well, the Minister of Colleges and Universities. And we're waiting for them at the Medical Innovation Exchange, which is down in Kitchener, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. Okay, Daniel. How's the weather, buddy? Let's see. Any better news for the weekend?
Thank you very much, Chris, and good afternoon, Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Another beautiful sunny day out there today. High UV index. Make sure you have your sunscreen. You're going to see a live view of our waterfront, sponsored by wirelesscom.ca. You can check them out at wirelesscom.ca for all your telecommunications needs. Beautiful shot with our bridge in the background, our pavilion, and the marina there. And our expected highs for Northern Ontario today is 30 degrees in Thunder Bay, 25 in Wawa, the cooler spot, 28 in Timmins, Sault Ste. Marie, and Elliott Lake, and Sudbury you will see a high of 29 today. Getting into your lows for overnight, 17 in Thunder Bay, Wawa once again you're the cool spot, 14 overnight, Timmins 16, Sault Ste. Marie we will see 19 overnight, and Elliott Lake and Sudbury, you will both see 18 degrees overnight. So a pretty warm night throughout our region. Okay, this is our weather watcher photo, which is actually from producer Mike, and this was taken near Alona Bay, and it's beautiful, the sun going down with those very scary looking clouds, which we will see that probably this weekend. We will see those type of clouds and maybe some stormy weather, but that'll clear up next week when we get into some sun and high pressure comes along. So I'm going to get into your 3-day forecast. Saturday and Sunday, as mentioned, you're going to see potential for thunderstorms, maybe 25 to 30 millimeters of rain, depending on how much this cell that we're tracking from the US dumps on us. And there is a chance of unstable weather, so you might go outside 5 minutes later, it's sunny, and then it's raining, and then it's going to be a mixed bag. So just expect that, and expect that it's going to be very humid, and everything's going to stick to you, especially on Saturday with that high of 30. Lows of 19 and 16. Now that's going to clear up Monday. You're going to see seasonal temperature high of 25 with a low of 16 and mainly sunny. And this is going to continue into your 7-day. As I mentioned, I promised you some sun, so that is going to be coming for most of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're going to see highs between 25 and 27. It is going to be very beautiful. High UV index most of those days, and high pressure will be intact, and we're going to see lows only in the high teens. So we are going to see another good stretch of weather leading into the end of July. And I want to make sure I remind everybody to send in your photos, your Weather Watcher photos or videos to ontvweather@gmail.com, and we will get it up on our Weather Watcher segment. I'm going to send it back over to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Daniel. At least it's starting to look better at the end of next week, going into the next weekend. This weekend's not looking too hot with 2 days worth of rain, thunderstorms, and who knows what else is going to come our way. Okay, numbers came out again yesterday for the province of Ontario for COVID-19, and of all the weird coincidences, it's 111 cases again, which means 3 of the last 4 days we've had 111 new cases of COVID-19, and then a day of 102 mixed in there as well. Yeah, I know, it seems a little interesting, doesn't it, that it would be 111 3 of the last 4 days. I mean, statistically speaking, that's bust
out your tinfoil hats. Conspiracy theories are going to be flying.
I mean, that's like winning the lottery almost, the possibilities of numbers out there.
Get your betting odds on your new COVID cases.
Yeah, so that's interesting. And we did over 30,000 tests for the first time ever on a single day. So congrats to everyone across the province made that possible. Speaking of public health, I interviewed Jennifer Flood. She's a public health nurse at Algoma Public Health yesterday. It was on the show last night. You can watch it on Facebook, the full interview, and also be repeated tonight at 7 p.m. as well. So you can watch it on your Roku and Amazon Fire. And we are going to go to a short clip from that, and we'll roll the tape for that now. Why now? Because a lot of the different experts out there say, well, you should be doing the masking when you're trending up. You should do masking when you're, further, higher up when more cases than we are in the downward trend. Because we have one case right now in the entire Algoma district. We know that it is in the Sault Ste. Marie and area, as defined as the 4 different districts that APH uses. But why now?
So before, when all this started, we were told to stay home as much as possible. More things were closed. So it was like our house, our home was almost like the barrier to protect us. At this time, especially, it was kind of timely that we will also be moving into stage 3 tomorrow when the policy comes into place. So as more things open up and we're, leaving our homes more, doing more recreational activities, that sort of thing, the masking policy really is more important, or needs to be in place as a source control. So we don't have the barrier of our homes. Physical distancing may be more challenging. So the mask, although not a replacement for physical distancing, that is our main way to protect ourselves. It does offer some further protection as we're out and about a little bit more often.
Welcome back from that. Thank you, Chris, so much for talking. Because there's a lot of things about Algoma Public Health that people have questions for up in the air. And of course, Chris is going to be the guy to solve them. But we do actually have...
We've got an interesting thing now.
Yeah, definitely interesting. This is really cool. So for the first time since 1996, the Toronto Zoo actually had the birth of a couple of red pandas. It's absolutely adorable. Who doesn't love a red panda? I do. Chris does. Mike does. Mike loves them so much, he's going to show you that video right now.
Yep. Here we go.
Look at that. Adorable. Do you have any other adorable news for today? Because if this is the trend going forward, I think I can stick with it.
No, but we do have something from Mayor Provenzano. Yeah, stage 3 in his announcement.
Yeah, okay. He's got some daughters. They're pretty adorable. Little young kids.
He is opening playgrounds today, so that's kind of good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, moving into stage 3 here in Algoma District, which is fantastic. We have one positive case right now across Algoma District. So, any highlights from his press release there?
I mean, if you want the Coles Notes version, he's basically saying, do your part, wear your mask. The APH isn't going to tell you something if they don't mean it and they don't agree with what they're saying. So he says today, APH is making masking instructions take effect today. Businesses and organizations throughout the community have to implement a policy that requires employees and members of the public to wear a mask when they enter and remain in a closed space. So he did summarize it at the end of the statement saying 5 different things. If you have any symptoms, stay home and self-isolate. If you are out, physically distance. 3, wear a non-medical mask inside public places. 4, keep track of your social interaction. As well as 5, easy, wash your hands. You should be doing that regardless if there's a virus going on or not.
Yeah, you know that scary statistic that I learned earlier before this virus, when this virus happened? Only 1 in 5 people were washing their hands in a public bathroom. Now the good news is it's now 4 in 5 people are doing it, so that is a great...
Who's the one?
I'm just happy it's gone from 1 to 4.
When I read
that, I was like, seriously? It was like 21% of people wash their hands in a public bathroom. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And it went up with COVID-19 to 4 out of 5. So there is something positive that's come out of COVID-19.
So basically, there was no point in me washing my hands before because I would be opening the door.
Yeah, because you're going to touch the same door that 4 other people didn't wash their hands doing. Like, oh yeah, yeah. When I saw that, I was like totally stunned. I'm like, seriously? Like that is the real number? And apparently it is. But now COVID-19 has at least scared over 80% of people now wash their hands in a public bathroom. There is one positive that's come out of COVID-19.
Not enough.
It's called personal cleanliness when you're in public.
Well, now I know. I won't open the door with my hands anymore. I'll use my teeth
instead.
instead.
Just use your teeth. That's probably the safer way to do it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
A little extra flavor too for free.
Yeah. Depends if it's a flavored soap, I guess, that the other people have been using.
Yeah, flavored soap. Let's go with
flavored soap. Alrighty. We got to take a commercial break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Hold tight.
Did you know that 1 in 3 people are affected by fire in their lifetime? Or that 1 in 3 fire deaths happen in homes with no working smoke alarms? You may have just seconds to safely escape a fire in your home. That's why early detection of fire is absolutely vital. Only working smoke alarms provide those precious seconds you and your family need to safely escape. Install smoke alarms on every story and outside all sleeping areas of your home. For added protection, install a smoke alarm in every bedroom. Test smoke alarms monthly by pressing the test button. If the alarm doesn't sound, install a new battery. Replace alarm batteries at least once a year and whenever the low battery warning chirps. And if the alarm still doesn't sound, replace the alarm with a new one. Smoke alarms have an expiry date. Remember to check the back of the smoke alarm for dates of manufacture.
Replacement is within the time frame on the manufacturer's instructions. In most cases, 7 to 10 years. Always replace expired alarms.
Remember, it's the law in Ontario to have working smoke alarms on every story of your home and outside all sleeping areas.
Failure to comply with the Ontario Fire Code requirements could result in a fine or even jail time.
So protect yourself and your loved ones by ensuring that all your smoke alarms are functional and up to code. For more fire safety information, please visit www.saultestmarie.ca/firesafe.
And welcome back to Special Report for Friday, July the 17th, our last show before the weekend. I'd like to thank KC Securities for their sponsorship, and Doug Ford is there, so we're going to hop over to him.
Hi, my name is Amy Fee, and I have the privilege today of representing the people of Kitchener-South Hespeler. And I'd like to welcome Premier Ford, Minister Romano, and Minister Fedeli to Waterloo Region. I'm also excited to be here today with my fellow counterpart, MPP for Kitchener-Conestoga, Mike Harris. For me, I am fortunate to represent a riding where incredible things are not only happening today, but every day. As CBRE, a commercial real estate firm, reported just yesterday, the Waterloo region is one of the top North American cities with the ability to attract tech talent. We are home to one of the world's fastest growing tech sectors. And it's for that reason, when the global pandemic turned our world literally upside down, that many look to our region here for help. From small startups in the tech industry to large manufacturers and other small businesses, there are just so many examples of our community coming together to help fight COVID-19. Like Shaver Industries here in Kitchener, where earlier this week, Premier Ford and I had the opportunity of meeting their amazing staff and seeing the face shields and the golf cart screens that they're making. In Hespeler, Forefathers Brewery has been making hand sanitizer. Everywhere you look, our local businesses have stepped up to the plate, and we have met the challenges that we face, especially during these extraordinary times. And the Medical Innovation Exchange, where we are here today, is no different. But I'll let them tell you exactly what they are doing to help the fight of COVID-19. And with that, I'd like to welcome to the podium Armin Bakisian, the founder of Medical Innovation Exchange and the president and CEO of IntelliJoint.
Thank you, MPP. I'm really happy to be here today. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. Welcome to IntelliJoint Surgical and the Medical Innovation Exchange, headquartered here in beautiful Kitchener, Ontario. My name is Armin Bakirtsian. I am the co-founder and CEO of IntelliJoint Surgical and the founder of the Medical Innovation Exchange. IntelliJoint Surgical develops and commercializes navigation solutions for total joint replacements. Our company started as a final year design project at the University of Waterloo over 10 years ago, and to date, we have helped over 15,000 patients worldwide with our IntelliJoint hip and knee products. In 2019, IntelliJoint Surgical ranked as Canada's second fastest growing tech company by Deloitte's Fast 50. It is our long-term vision to continue to grow our company here in Ontario, helping to create a thriving ecosystem of domestic medical technology companies in our province, which strengthens our economy, creates jobs, generates intellectual property or IP, stimulates research at local universities and hospitals, ultimately benefiting patients here at home and all around the world. We are so proud to call the Waterloo region in Ontario home. IntelliJoint Surgical has learned a lot in the last decade, and in 2019, we spearheaded the creation of the Medical Innovation Exchange, a non-for-profit known as MIX, with the express purpose of paying it forward to retain and accelerate the growth of our domestic medical technology ecosystem. Our innovations are rich in IP, and commercializing them in Canada is of utmost importance to us. This beautiful 30,000 square foot facility houses IntelliJoint Surgical, Penta Medical, Vena Medical, and Bloom. And MIX's growing network of domestic medtech companies are sharing knowledge to help our sector succeed here in Ontario and in Canada. We are very proud to be supporting homegrown innovation, research and development right here in Kitchener and the Waterloo region, which is why I'm very pleased to be here today with some very distinguished guests. As our economy reopens, it will become even more important to ensure we have the personal protective equipment, medical devices, and testing supplies that we need to ensure businesses can open their doors safely while ensuring our frontline healthcare workers continue to have access to the medical grade supplies they need. Like many people and businesses in Ontario, we want to do our part to help the fight against COVID-19. Under the Ontario Together initiative, MIX is proud to collaborate with the province and non-medical manufacturing companies actively retooling to produce these critical goods here in Ontario. Collectively, we are moving mountains and are well on our way. But we must also ensure that our innovators and businesses and the people they employ benefit directly from this Ontario-led innovation. The Ontario medical technology ecosystem must be one that develops, sustains, and retains Canadian medical technology companies and intellectual property, and establishes Ontario as a global leader in medical innovation. To that end, it is my pleasure and distinct privilege to invite Premier Ford to the podium to make a special announcement today. Thank you for your leadership, and please join me in welcoming Premier Ford.
Well, thank you so much, Armin, and well, good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here. It's great to be back in Kitchener-Waterloo. I just absolutely love the people in the KW area. I want to thank our great ministers, Vic Fedeli and Ross Romano, along with MPPs, Fee and Harris, for being here today. I have to thank Armin and his entire team here at the Medical Innovation Exchange in Kitchener. Some of the brightest people anywhere in the world are right here in KW, right here at this company, and I know Armin's so proud of the team he has here. The work they're doing here is absolutely incredible. My friends, the innovators in this community, the innovation that we see in the Kitchener-Waterloo is incredible. When we needed it most, these people responded. Hundreds of businesses and entrepreneurs work quickly to develop blueprints, create new designs and molds, and even invent new machinery to meet the challenges we faced with COVID-19. Hundreds of businesses innovated, adapted, and retooled to answer the call to manufacture PPE, keep our supply chain strong, build up stockpiles, and fill orders for Ontario-made products. They found a way to start new businesses or keep their current ones going. As we chart a path to recovery, we want Ontario businesses and innovators to continue this trailblazing work, to keep creating good paying jobs. So today, I'm proud to announce our government's Intellectual Property Action Plan. Our plan will ensure our researchers and innovators and the people they employ benefit from the valuable intellectual property they're creating. But most importantly, we want to keep the value of all our homegrown ideas in the province for the benefit of all Ontarians. Because too often, the priceless intellectual property developed here in Ontario gets bought up by the big US or international firms. It's exported to other countries. We want that intellectual property and its value to stay right here in Ontario. Because our province, we have the best and the brightest minds anywhere in the world right here. When it comes to research and innovation, we're leading the world. And today, I'm proud to announce that we're moving forward with 20 more research projects through our government's COVID-19 Rapid Research Fund. Months ago, we developed this fund to help us mobilize our brightest minds in the fight against COVID-19. Because these projects are critical to the fight against COVID-19, projects like using mathematical models to find strategies to fully reopen Ontario's economy without causing a second wave. A project spearheaded right here at the University of Waterloo. Projects like the one put forward by Sinai Health to develop convenient at-home COVID-19 testing kits. A study by Ryerson University to identify innovative strategies on how we can better care for our seniors during the pandemic. And at Sunnybrook Health, proposal advancing 2 different vaccine trials. These are just a few examples of the great work our Ontario researchers are pursuing right now. A few examples of the incredible work our government is proud to fund and support. And thanks to their work, Ontario leads the country in the number of clinical trials advancing COVID-19 treatments and vaccines. It's absolutely incredible. Our government will be there to back them up every step of the way. Just yesterday, we joined our federal and provincial partners in signing a historic $19 billion agreement, an agreement to get our economy going again, shore up our PPE and testing supplies, and fortify our health and long-term care systems. Over $7 billion in supports for Ontario alone for the next 6 to 8 months. We're working with our federal partners to send billions of dollars to the front lines and billions of dollars to our communities. This is a huge win for Ontario, and this is a huge win for our country. Thank you, and God bless the people of Ontario. Now I'll pass it over to Minister Ross Romano.
Thank you, Premier, for that introduction. I'm going to ensure everybody knows I took the water on the right. You scared me. I thought I was watching closely. Well, thank you, Premier, for that introduction. Several months ago, we issued a challenge to our research and our post-secondary community to help us in our fight against COVID-19 through the release of a $20 million rapid research fund. And our research community answered the bell tremendously with over 800 quality proposals. I want to start off by thanking Dr. Jack Galdi and his team at the Ontario Research Fund Advisory Board for helping ensure that the most quality proposals were put forward while also ensuring that the integrity of the process was maintained. I am so excited to be able to announce today the release of the final round of funding under that $20 million fund, as just highlighted by the Premier. And this is principally in the areas of diagnostics, treatment, vaccine development, and social sciences. This process has highlighted the critical importance of commercialization in our province. Commercialization, or intellectual property in its most simplest of terms, is about ensuring that the next time we have the next big breakthrough in research, that the people of our province can maximize on all of the potential benefits of that research. We recognize the challenge in this area as a government, and over a year ago, we appointed the expert panel on intellectual property that was chaired by Jim Balsillie. That panel released a report to us this past February that highlighted a path forward in order for us to be able to maximize on these potential benefits of the research we do in our province. That path forward is now being put forward into an implementation mode. And we are here today announcing that the special implementation team on intellectual property will be moving forward on those recommendations. And they will ensure that never again will the people of our province fail to reap all of the benefits from the great research we do in our province that is funded by you, the people of our great province. Thank you, Jim, for the great work of you and your entire team and the expert panel and now our implementation panel. I look forward to working with you. And thank you to Minister Vic Fedeli, our Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade, my colleague in this endeavor. And we are going to be working very closely together with Jim and his group to be able to pursue this initiative for our province and ensure that we maximize on all of these great strategies to ensure that we have a Made in Ontario plan to benefit the people of our province. So now I would like to turn it over to my friend and my colleague, Minister Vic Fedeli. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Romano, and thank you, Premier. Throughout this pandemic, we have all faced unprecedented challenges. And today, much of the province is entering stage 3 of the reopening. This is an important step forward and a testament to the hard work of families, communities, businesses, and workers over these last few months. But we know there is more work to do. We need to get more people back to work, more businesses thriving again and doing what they do best, creating good jobs for the people of Ontario. That's why we're here today to launch the Intellectual Property Action Plan. Strengthening our position will be critical to building Ontario's innovation ecosystem and to our economic recovery. As you heard from Minister Romano, the new action plan will help Ontario businesses, startups, entrepreneurs, and researchers better protect and bring their ideas to market. This will contribute to Ontario's resiliency and growth now and in the future. The goal of Ontario's Intellectual Property Action Plan is simple: to drive long-term economic competitiveness. We are taking a Made in Ontario approach by prioritizing IP generation, protection, and commercialization. The people of Ontario should be the first to benefit from our homegrown innovation and ideas. With this in mind, we are also creating the Special Implementation Team on Intellectual Property, which will be comprised of a panel of IP experts. This team will provide advice on the commercialization of research and intellectual property in Ontario's post-secondary institutions and innovation centres, to ensure that Ontario is open for jobs and open for business. Our province is already well known for our skilled workforce and reputation for world-class post-secondary institutions and research organizations. We're already a global epicenter of innovative ideas. But great ideas can only take us so far. Now we must commercialize these breakthroughs and capitalize on the substantial benefits of IP ownership. We want to smooth the road from the lab to the marketplace. The Intellectual Property Action Plan will give us the tools to do that. Leverage our advantages to ensure we're maximizing our economic potential while creating opportunity, growth, and jobs in every region of the province. Thank you.
We're going to go to the...
Before we get the first question, I just want to tell a little story here. So we come over here and we pay Armin a visit as a great company. And we have a jewel, and it's called Kitchener-Waterloo. We have some of the brightest people anywhere in the world when it comes to technology and creating intellectual property, artificial intelligence, here, Toronto, and Ottawa. We can compete against anyone in the world, and it's just mind-boggling when you come here. And Armin, I always say, I'm not a real techie guy, but the stuff that you folks are doing is incredible. So Armin tells me the story. I said, how do you get involved in it? And he said, my dad is an orthopedic surgeon. Is that correct, Armin? And, you know, the technology isn't always there to make sure the certain degrees when you're lining up a hip replacement. So everyone knows someone that has taken or has received a hip replacement or a knee replacement.